we cannot grow. We stay the same, right? But there is that within us that can guide that change, that can be the impulse of that change. So often we allow ourselves to be so directed outwardly and so caught up in the world and the world's issues and the world's problems, of which there are many, that we allow that to change us. We allow that to become the framework and the filter through which we view and see and experience life. But we can turn within to that which is steadfast and constant and sure within us. It can be the organizing principle of our lives and the change and the growth that we experience can come out of and be the impulse of that movement of spirit itself. And even those moments of change that are entirely outside of our control, by turning within to that eternal, unchanging, constant presence of God within us, we can know this truth that no matter what is going on in the world, that God is there with us, in us, expressing through us, as us, to see us through. Transition is a natural process of life, and it can be uncomfortable, it can be scary, it can be unexpected, and in those times of unexpected change, we are many times popped outside the box of our usual coping mechanisms, and they no longer work for us. But what can work for us is reminding ourselves that even though I can't control what's going on in my life around me, there is that within me. There is that within me in which I can anchor myself so that I'm not free-floating anxiously through my world. Sometimes we want to be so intense about controlling the degree of change in our lives that we get so mechanistic about it. Robert Brummett, community minister and author, wrote a book called Finding Yourself in Transition. And in it he says that we try to deal with change in a mechanical way, and because of that we often experience deep pain and confusion. We become very solution-oriented. If we could just fix it, if we could just change something out here, then it's going to be okay. But Scripture reminds us that no matter what we try to fix out here, there's only one thing that has no variation or shadow due to change, and that is God. God is